Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about fundamental system design concepts that I'm going to speak about in detail in the coming videos in this playlist. So, when you think about designing a complex system architecture, it really helps to clearly define various levels for your design. So, in broad scope, you can define these layers to be as such: the client application, the network layer, the application layer, cache layer, and the database layer. So, the client application is the end application that the client uses, and it can be a mobile, a tablet, or a desktop. And the topics that are covered in this section is the user and cache storage that can be done, and the edge computing that can be performed at the client side. Now, the network layer are the SOAP or REST API calls that the client application uses to connect with the servers over the internet. So, the topics that are covered in this section would be the SOAP and REST APIs themselves, and the kind of network responses and requests that happen between the client and server, and of course, encryption. Now coming into application layer, this is the layer that the API requests directly interact with. And the topics that are covered in this layer are load balancing, horizontal and vertical scaling, and rerouting. Now, in the data storage layer, it talks about how the data is processed and stored, and the topics that are covered in these layer are the gap theorem, the sharding, SQL versus non-SQL, and data normalization, and the server architecture for storing these data. Last but not the least, we have the caching layer. This layer includes the caching techniques that increase the throughput and performance of our system. And the topics that are covered here are the various kinds of caches, the content delivery networks, indexing, and certain special data structures that can be used effectively in this layer, which include Bloom filters, tries, linked hash maps, and etc. So that's pretty much it. Very much looking forward to talking about these topics in my coming videos. Thank you.